Hey, did you listen to that mashup I made recently? I know it combines two not very popular songs by two not very popular bands, but please watch it. It's really good, I promise. Okay, bye. Oh, wait a minute. I need to do a speed drawing video. What's up, Mother Stupiders? Max Bride's in the house, and I'm back with yet another drawing on speed video. This time, it's a completely different comic, with characters from a completely different series, playing out a scene from a completely different cartoon. Whoa, so different. Man, I'm writing this and I realize I have a type. Just like how my mom's types is brunette guys that are a bit buff and play characters that are a bit dumb. Anyway, what scene are we referencing today?
Look, Gwen, you have to treat a car like you treat a woman.
Go on.
No, I sense I've made a mistake of some kind.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll be completely honest here. I saw this clip out of context and said, yes, that's what I want to draw. I want to draw the characters from Tethers of the Lost World referencing a cartoon scene that I have never seen. I know what you're thinking.
Max, you've never seen Ben 10 or Ben 10 Alien Force or Ben 10 Omnitrix or Ben 10 again, but worse?
Oh ho ho ho! Wait until I tell you, I've also never regularly watched Adventure Time, Regular Show, or The Wild Grinders. I was too busy watching SpongeBob, Phineas and Ferb, and that one episode where that goofy little alien dude harvests human organs from children. You know, in a show. For children. Anyway, back on the topic of children turning into aliens. My only recollection or association with Ben 10 from my childhood was this random sticker book I had based on the show. I didn't know any of the aliens' names, but I thought they were so cool that I stuck them not just on the pages of the book, but also on my childhood bunk bed. My parents were not happy about that, I tell you what. They were so unhappy, in fact, that they got me a new bunk bed, and my old one ended up at my grandma's house.
True story.
But Max,
You might be thinking,
if you thought the aliens were cool, why didn't you watch this show?
to simply put it, I wasn't allowed to. I'm sure all of you as kids were told what shows you weren't allowed to watch, like Family Guy, Fanboy and Chub Chub, To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. Hell, I knew a family that would let their kids watch The Simpsons, but not SpongeBob. Like, what? For me, there were certain shows I wasn't allowed to watch until I was 7 years old, and they were mainly Cartoon Network shows. Ben 10, of course, being one of them. Now, I wasn't not allowed to watch Cartoon Network. I do remember watching shows like Kids Next Door and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It's just that the more action and violent type shows going on, wasn't allowed to watch those. Ben 10 was one of them. Tom and Jerry, however? No, that was fine. You could watch that. Hey, don't ask me, man. I don't fucking know. My parents were busy arguing about whether or not Iron Man or Hulk was smarter. So, I wasn't allowed to watch Ben 10 until I was 7 years old. However, when I did finally turn 7 years old, my sibling Casey had just turned 3 years old, and was also starting to watch TV. So unfortunately, while everyone else my age was watching Ben 10 Alien Force, I was stuck watching Bubble Guppies. Which, you know what? I'm gonna say it, that show fucking slapped. I still have that goddamn bubble guppy stuck in my head forever. And for the record, I want it to be written on my epitaph that my favorite character from that show was Gil. Under my epitaph, I wanted to say I died by drowning. Anyway, back on topic. If you must know what my favorite alien transformation from Ben 10 is, it's that little frog-looking dude, voiced by Richard Horvitz. Forearms is a close second. Anyway, let's talk about the comic. I did take several shortcuts while drawing this one, like only using one piece of sketch paper and copying the outlines it did digitally to all 4 panels, changing any faces and poses accordingly. As a result, I did find several mistakes throughout this, which I ended up having to go back and fix like several times. Hell, I was just making dumbass mistakes left and right, back and forth, all throughout this whole fucking excursion, like drawing and coloring in the wrong layers and all that shit. I got so frustrated with coloring this goddamn comic, in fact, I only recorded myself coloring only one of these stupid-ass panels in. The other 3 I did off camera, so let me do what the other artists do a little shitty eraser peel. Mwah! Gorgeous. I originally had Ryder talk in the third person in the last panel, which is something that he sometimes does cause, you know, it's a pretty common trope with dumber characters having them speak exclusively in the third person. Like, wow, Max is so smart. Max is so clever. Max is good at the art stuff. Max did not go to college. After showing my dad the comic, he didn't get the joke. Ryder, since he made a mistake, that doesn't make sense. So I corrected Ryder's English in the drawing's final version, which I also did off camera. So instead, Ryder says, I sense I've made a mistake of some kind, instead of Ryder sense he made a mistake of some kind, so that the joke lands better for anyone who doesn't know what the comic is referencing. Like me! I don't know what I'm referencing! I've never watched Ben 10! Whee! Seriously, why is his name fucking Kevin Levin? Kevin Levin? Like, really? You really ran out of name ideas? Like, I've seen a 5-year-old write a much better show, and he doesn't use stupid fucking names like Kevin fucking Levin. Then again, there's a character in Axe Cop called Dr. Doodoo, so, yeah. Anyway, here's the final comic. Not too bad for a guy who's constantly ridiculed by his friends on the daily for not watching certain TV shows and movies. I will never watch Spectacular Spider-Man, never! You can't make me, Jordan! Hopefully this comic and my inane ramblings with my cartoony trans-masculine voice were pretty funny. If not, leave a dislike and a hateful comment. Either way, you're giving me engagement, you wild grinders, enjoyers, so ha! Thanks for watching, happy National Pain Awareness Month, because believe me, I was in so much pain throughout this video, please like it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Maxed out!